Joe, good morning.
Morning.
Na empom to say
Yaboko na onzo.
E nyame adom boko pa.
Na anopei. Who say wedi Arsenal phone ho ya pa.
Yeah because yeah back Arsenal say ombeji. Na me come because Arsenal boy excellent football. And tidnanka yi nyina ye say wo football no kama dia. Wedi awan say my football never any fair. Anka as a Chelsea supporter de anka mempe o masem. Be say na be ma football na ye de no. Aha, football no be ye de nti na ja. Wo boni ya na anka wajeje aka enkrofo de na no. Ye no ma na ebu adabrijo.
So what you say?
E chama ezo he egu ache. Ontimi nya bi nhye nti nka we de. Nti yankwa mi ni be bia de e chance ye.
Gab Arsenal phone de o masem na e yakakra e bedu o. But ma me chance ye free Barcelona.
Okay.
For Aswa because over the weekend Omubo, very nice game against Rayo Vallecano. Now, there was one thing I was really impressed about the game. Rayo Vallecano, very good competition. But at the end of the day, if you look at the league table or Spanish La Liga now, what you need to do right now is get the result. Into Barcelona, no, Ronald Araujo, Enya Sago now or headship bone. I knew that for sure they were going to win. But now, I say, maybe a 1 goal and 2 goals be ready. They didn't get it, but they got the result, which was really good for them in the race for a year Spanish La Liga title. No, now Ushe league table now saying that it's Barcelona first, Real Madrid second, 4 points spent a separate or more. After the international break, a very interesting because games on the after that, no, whether or not Barcelona beat me maintain some momentum, no, and try and win it. Even though I expect Real Madrid back into the last part of the season with momentum now mobile this is after game or money Atletico Madrid boy over the weekend Federico Valverde the red card unyaye but Vinicius Junior was a standout performer game or boy very insightful the way na or cutting in Salgo no people you ask people and they will tell you say Vinicius Junior is on top of his game simply because Alvaro Arbeloa man is a chance no. So on bono and it's not surprising say statistically games are wabo under Alvaro Arbeloa when you 11 goals in 16 games
11 goals in 16
11 goals in 16 games
wow.
Whilst under Xabi Alonso no only 7 in 33 games so there's a clear difference say he's more comfortable now. The ball manner, he knows what to do because he has been given the freedom to play. And Tianono, very good for Abrante Vinicius Junior. It looks like he's ready to take on any team that will come their way, especially getting to the end of the season. But a big question after the international break. Now let's keep there gap. Nianko Premiership because Friday night, no, any who saw match between Manchester United and a Bournemouth or Vitality. Now, Akwa your friend Krupi Junior. Gap, I will not be shocked, say, after this season, or even say after next season, because maybe it's too early, this guy will get a very good team to play for. Say, Anya top 6 now. Or be person or be move it to team there, a be man more visibility. Say there, and twice when you call Manchester City, this guy has become more or less like a replacement of Antoine Semenyo. Maybe not like for like, but ocean performance now. What better to say savior for Bournemouth team no?
Okay.
Until within 19 years, but born now all born. Match more. You are likely to get a result whereby he will come in and score a goal. Team point no. And over the weekend and on Friday night no, I saw that thing from this acquired friend Krupi Junior. And why consistently over the last few games at Bournemouth football. He has proven to be the one now. When you call on him, Otimi rescue team, no, 19 years old. So I will not be surprised. Say after this season, and I say after next season, moving forward, no, he will get a very good chance to play for a big team. Abia, Anya Arsenal, Abia Chelsea, Anya Chelsea, a bit me Liverpool. If he can keep up the performance, because teams are looking for people who are standout, who can change the game. Who did it, Bema? He can look at the tempo of the game. He can step in or between the speed, agility, no. Eddie Ashegolamawa, ubetime we new match. But continuously, Abrante way, he has demonstrated, say, you take him out of the Manchester United setup, you don't have a team. And I say, a very, very difficult to get somebody to replace him. this weekend you have penalty or boy and his influence over the game generally. But Gab, me feel say Manchester United ye cheat omo this weekend though. Yeah. Omo penalty na. Omunya ya yanjia counter attack. Bournemouth de share sa goal no. I think Manchester United were cheated. There are so many controversies abba from that particular chance. But me who say no was sent a referee a bonabeng a penalty in that incident na Amad Diallo. A cotishe Bournemouth for penalty box ni mu. But at the end of the day, they drop points still. Na I was sent Liverpool say it me capitalizing on that.
Liverpool the memoir person na some sort of core BS yeah attending to because you see a Premier League referees every week be a mistakes na punishment from the FA Nankasa at the referees and do baby as yeah kikan home FA ni kikan
Gab, the English league as you see it the controversies no person who are dressing in one sitting I'm sure be kasa be 3 hours kan ye
okay
it becomes very difficult say impenyfo nim say ade we e see here na wo say nka say but they don't take action every week we see it repeat itself because say ba na ye be kasa nsem na the expectation is that at the end of the day no omo kasa omo tina se no mo ye meet na omo say san nyema we ye anasa nyema we ye pene so ma esi ye o park no so no it must not repeat itself but still it repeats itself it is say yanya ne saying moving on from this season no I was say omo timi who say omo anya ne sa you affect the performance on the day because teams you are they expect that when something goes wrong the referee will call for them but if you don't call for them then in one way or the other you disrupt their play contact is na be or the abano that thing will go against the player. He will lose momentum, he will lose team, and it affects the tactics at the end of the day. It means but
okay.
We just expect say moving forward no. But look at Liverpool. After Manchester United drop points, almost could drop points. As for the slot there, not same there. Me person me can be brave, but Danny Welbeck. Said Danny Welbeck Gab as no. Na the performance inti nipa say na Ghana Black Stars ki nyana on say the argument about Andre Ayew ni nyina no and say onyini no he has lost a lot of capacity in the legs but who dey share Danny Welbeck where can we bought 3 different braces so this season alone or share 2 goals against Chelsea share 2 goals against Newcastle share 2 goals over the weekend. It tells you say the boy is doing something right even though he's getting older.
Yeah.
Inti ka obi say na kai be obon Black Stars o ka say o free way about Black Stars I will understand. Because he's proving that when you put him in the game
or getting better.
He's now understanding what he needs to do to score more goals with the backing of any manager. It's me I think that Obi say he needs to keep on playing with the momentum that he has. Now on to me what a team to say Brighton. Correct Brighton, they started the season so well. As I feel no move from na den. I slow down kakra and I say SI Pikibium. All because of the performance of Obi Efrenom, Danny Welbeck. Now sure, this season alone, he has 12 goals, sir. He has 12 goals, sir. Ekitike Enshebi, Washa 11. Yokeres Ewa 11. Shesko Ewa 9. Abranti Efreno, Kopama Ewa 9. And friend is saying, Oli Watkins, and so Ewa 9. So it tells you that the guy is doing something well. Now, Gab, Chelsea Assembly, you can't say.
Your coach say ya brebe.
Debbie,
coach say ya brebe.
Fine, ya bre. But on say the most unfortunate part of this weekend game at Chelsea and the Everton, a boy, Hill Dickinson, and they say the players played with some naivety. I was very surprised.
I don't understand.
Sure. Way first goal no.
Okay.
Now first goal now. It was just a 1-2 play. And Sana ball no a progressive forward. Into the ensure there. She player or say all possible na McNeil. McNeil a release the player we are Obenya the last pass for Betoa or she goal no. Neshe ball a onyaye obi am press no. Just look at the play. afei Romeo Lavia any your friend is a branch your friend Moise Caicedo ehwese compete close gap no but already na ball when ya ball no dada beto or share goal no I start to say all to America now young course na we be pass or answer the my pass no crown no. Look at the delay in player Romeo Lavia ain't young close down the marker or Jan money releasing ball no na time or releasing ball no she Fofana what this side she Fofana Fofana ni beto na eye omudi insieni for the forward line. Unfortunately, Beto no on the 9 hour. So he managed to race above him and send a ball no cry then and then look at the ensuing play. Usha this angle about say Kopama cry epijan nsa. Say ball no boy no the Beto the last pole right side. It was the year Kopama epijan nsa expecting say nipa mienu amo tracking ball no down no at least one person can tackle the last pole. Knowing very well say ball no beko. What happened? Shady see Bono era this side. Emma go no share. But Joel had to ain't young tracking the boy in the down. Any boy in fear. Into the press was very weak. A woman said Everton for no a lot of spaces to play. But Chelsea sana, you must be smart enough. Because Kopama so pejaninsa say wasn't ultimate say Bono beko if your marker is tracking down the defender. Una uye free no, you must be tackling that side. Where Jabo na mana ashe. Look at the second goal. Play away. Who Enzo Fernandez we bisa pass. Se unya bono. Now, bono baye no. Nipa mienu Enzo Fernandez ene Kukureya. Magina wa ma play away. Look at the distance between the ball and Abranti Efeno Idrissa Gana Gay. But omugina wa ma Idrissa Gana Gay enya ball ni free omunsem e de fa omuntem. Look at this. At the speed, pushing ball forward. Look at all this space. Obiet Nyan tracking it down. So
the outcome now, the amateur say, Chelsea pace in our form.
Our form.
And yes, and another coach, he can so my brain, no correct.
No, but on the gap. These things are very simple things. I was on the field of play. You need to be able to understand how to track your man, how to get the ball. So what you say, knowing very well, say it is just about understanding the principles of the game.
Okay.
Because tracking down the senka enye ade biasa. Knowing very well say you are playing against an opponent that is very smart at home. So what you say, and that was my problem. Look at Gapa, Idrissa Gana Gay, Eddie Bonne pushy here. At this point, nipa or chese bona na no ohwe. Emma ni pass no, Emma Beto shot no, Eddie far. Sanchez and item.
Chairman so there.
And at this point, you cannot blame him because once the ball no shot, a fan 90 man, he cannot do anything about it. Chelsea concede that goal. Same thing, third goal no. Opeja ball no. When Timi anya second ball no. At this point, what you say? Nipa Efeno Fofana, out of position. It's a failure. Caicedo and track it down. Abranti Efeno, Iliman India. When Timi anya ball no, or the neko sa until say. Onya bono and opia share pole mu and 3-0. If you look at all the goals Chelsea are conceded so far, it is nothing to write home about. Now Liam Rosinia, a lot of questions about whether or not he should remain the manager of Chelsea. Abaye Asem Kesia say a lot of people are asking say Chelsea say no, was the problem Maresca or was the problem the tactic or is the problem the performance of this coach? And your question I bet you answer here because the AC what team news say is very difficult to explain. Knowing very well said the expectation of Impenyifono, hierarchy no, is perhaps different from exactly what must happen. So what I said, no, it's also all build project. Project yentimi for one day and build the project. You need to take your time to build the project. It is a marriage can have problem where in every war. So also to me losing your time. No to me but Nebra at Chelsea. No nyan the team no right. But the same Crawford come say I was here permanent no permanent for what? It made me feel said he has to be kept at the job. Let him execute the strategies till the end of the season. If the season ending now when he in modern bono and you want to sack him, that's okay. And I got when you're doing.
I say Sisiana Crawford problem I say Chelsea sandodo issue that is the problem. I Chelsea no though in him send near and Graham Porter money adena. He said the answer near my Sassia Efa and Zomareska Tamaniama Fantin. Now could be as a Chelsea I stable, but you see a Chelsea sign. But
the solution is not to sack Rosinia.
Okay.
The solution is to keep him to the end of the season. Now share performance. But you can review as some crown. Now say on one I'm person keeping it there.
Okay.
That's okay. It Chelsea over the last 10 games I call Everton for whom we lose just Everton winning na Chelsea winning back. The Chelsea any good away record. Everton for whom they lose match over the weekend. It looks like Everton so in the run for a year Champions League now. Qualify. Okay. It's year no not year share over the weekend so he got 2-0. Utimu so brepa 3-0. Obra wo fie. A obi anim say you are struggling to get a result. But what can you do?
To pay no call.
The whole 2026 on winning match back okra. It's very difficult to defend Papano because yes, they have injury issues, omu ni full squad, omu brain in terms of mentality, but someone him say, struggle for results. Now only Nottingham Forest boy. What is the approach? Try to be conservative.
But do you be cry?
Wait me anya inti Tottenham Hotspur I'm very sure say relegation there.
Okay.
And sure Obekobi. Now over the weekend and so AC Milan winning the match, keeping up the momentum say ometimi a close gap no between themselves and Inter Milan or Italian Serie A. Now the midi we cry Manchester City. A Carabao Cup am winning gap on say in life no. Before you achieve certain heights in life, you need to go through very difficult circumstances. Now, enono enebe shepiwo, ana enono nebe biewa adwuma wo dia wo se wo ye to achieve something. This weekend, Arsenal fans who so but to me, I think Carabao Cup would have been one of the lowest hanging fruit for them amongst the 4 titles on bet me winning this season.
Okay.
Inti and money how mu bebre. Money how mu bebre say o ma lose final no. Wa bra Manchester City echa omo 2-0.
Okay.
O mentimi ante. So I really think say they need to just encourage themselves because Oshe ball ni year it was very simple how Guardiola wanted to approach the game. Emma o person o ma Antoine Semenyo and Jeremy Doku spread the game then wide to feed Ellen Haaland. Anya Jumasa. So they did it once, they did it twice, they did it about 3 times. And for all in honor, Arsenal sitting back, soaking the pressure. I was wondering what was going on. So what you say until timer, omu go along. First one, Matthias Nunez. Find day. Your friend is saying, Jeremy Doku on the very left hand flanker.
Okay.
What you say? I think Arsenal no, they just need to keep up their momentum.
Okay.
And understand say it is not over. Champions League need here, be a bed in Kakra, but Premier League need I think they can win it.
Okay.
Into Edibesia.
Okay. Medase. Joshua Olotu ana Ochen and Kano. I know I had a